Hey, welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. Thanks so much for stopping by today. The subject of my vlog today is 5 life lessons from 12 years in the Philippines. But before I start, let me welcome my new viewers and new subscribers. Thank you so much for your kindness, your generosity, support of my channel. It's truly been amazing. I'll never take that for granted. I'm a 58-year-old American who grew tired of the rat race and decided to move to the Philippines in search of a new life. Well, I found that new life, and I want to share with you my boots on the ground experiences the only way I know how. It's by giving you the nitty-gritty. Exactly what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. Never going to sugarcoat that. It's not going to start today. I was watching TED Talks last night, and it was a professional expat who had lived for 10 years in China. And he did his talk on 5 life lessons. Now, I'm going to put the link in here, but my talk's nothing like his. But he challenged me, what have I learned in the 5, what have I learned in the 12 years, rather, that I've been in the Philippines? Have I just been here on vacation? Have I really been soaking in everything around me? And I'm going to give you 5 lessons that I learned. Some of them I've relearned. Number 1 is don't sweat the small stuff. No one takes themselves as seriously as I do. And I'm a perfectionist, man, and I came over here with some unrealistic expectations. But Filipino people, they're so humble, they're so gracious, that it made me take a look at my over-the-top thinking. I can appreciate the big picture now. Remember I always tell you that Filipinos, they leave you alone. They let you enjoy yourself over here because they're busy doing things that are more important. And see, a whole lot more important than the things that I worry about, that I think are important. And I've learned, not to take myself too seriously anymore. I'm going to give you an example. When I cut my hair, when I shaved my hair back about a year ago, a little bit more maybe, at that time it was the most courageous thing I had done. That's what I told myself, because I was so vain. And I thought everybody's going to put me under a microscope and, laugh at me. And people here hardly even noticed it, if at all. They probably can't even remember me having hair. Or if I could wear this shirt again tomorrow and no one would notice. There's more important things like your health. More important things like making sure that there's food on the table for your family, a place to stay, a nice warm bed. You understand? And this is what I've learned over here. Not to take myself too seriously, that there's a bigger picture. There's more important things to worry about than a lot of stupid stuff I waste my time worrying about. The next lesson that I've learned, and I had to relearn this because I've learned this before, and that's live and let live. Life goes by too quick, and I have no business trying to tell people how to live their life. It's hard enough trying to manage my own affairs, and if you think I'm joking, try changing your life. See how hard that is. Then you'll see how ridiculous you are trying to change somebody else. See, I've come to the point of, I'm going to live till I die. I'm going to live every day to the fullest. One of the questions I get every single day, now the days go by, that one of my viewers or my subscribers, they're worried about the cost of living over here. But they never worry about the cost of not living. See? Of wasting your time, wasting your life, wasting these precious moments. And I'm just letting people be themselves. It's none of your business, it's none of my business what you think of me. I'm just going to live the best that I know how, and I'm going to let other people be themselves. And I'll give you an example of my girlfriend's procrastination. Drives me crazy. It's just a lot of procrastination that goes on over here. They're on their own time, and this is one thing I had to realize. We would make an appointment maybe to go to dinner with another couple. Honey, we're going at 6. Okay, at 6 o'clock, she's just getting in the shower. That type of stuff drove me crazy. Or procrastination with paying the bills. It's one thing if you don't have the money, but it's another thing to just let the bill sit in there in the drawer and go and days go by unpaid. See, little stuff like that drives me crazy. But I could not change her. This is who she's been her whole life. And you just have to learn to live and let live. I'm going to be happy. All right, I'm going to let everybody else be responsible for their own happiness. The next life lesson that I learned over here is I've got a lot in common with Filipino people. And maybe that's why it's been so easy for me to adapt, to adjust. Probably why I've been here for so long and why I enjoy myself. You know, in 2021, it just reminds me of growing up in my neighborhood back in the late 60s, early 70s. That sense of community. Everybody seemed to know everybody else. If I needed a stick of butter, my mother would send me next door to get that. The people down the street would, they would whoop your behind. It was just that sense of community, that old-fashioned way of thinking and way of living. See, it's still here today. When I watch either my girlfriend or maybe her mother wash clothes by hand and hang them up on the line to dry, see, that reminds me of when I was little. I used to watch my mother do that. And, when I was growing up, we didn't have a whole lot of money. See, that's another thing that I have in common. We were poor by American standards. And so we didn't have a lot of PlayStation 3s or your color television sets and stuff like that. So we spent a lot of our time outside. And when I see these little kids, when it starts raining, they running out in the rain, having fun. We used to do the same thing. But there's so much that I have in common with Filipinos. The music they like, I like the same music. They like to dance, they like to sing. It's just so much that a lot of the same sports they like. It's just so much that I have in common with Filipinos, and that's why I've been able to, stay over here and so long. This is what I'm thinking. Why it's been easy for me to adjust. And the next thing is that I've learned over here, and this is, don't knock it until you try it. Some of my greatest experiences here have come after the fear and trepidation, whether it's trying a new food, whether it's singing karaoke in front of people for the first time. The thrill after is so much greater than the anxiety before. And so now, sweet macaroni salad. Now imagine sweet macaroni, that's something I would never even imagine. Where I come from, it's macaroni and cheese, macaroni salad. You don't associate sweet with macaroni. It's one of my favorites. Shrimp paste. What else? Isao, which is chicken intestines. Dried fish. There's just so many things that I would have never, ever tried. And it took me years to try this stuff, but once I did, it was so much better, It took me 10 years to be comfortable riding on the back of a motorcycle over here because I was so afraid, especially going up those steep mountains to visit my son in Lanas, Naga Cebu. It was so scary to me that I would walk up there and it would take me an hour and a half to 2 hours, man. I'm talking about, this is a treacherous walk, a long, hot walk. But now, when I finally just said, one day I was just so tired, I was like, man, I'm not going to walk up there. I'm going to get on here. And you just get on and you just hold on for dear life and you give them, you put your confidence in them, really your life in their hands to get you up there. And after doing it a couple of times, it no longer bothers me anymore. As a matter of fact, I enjoy it now because I'm able, by him driving and concentrating on the road, I'm able to look around me and just look at some of the most spectacular views that you're ever going to see. But it took me a while to get there. And see, that's what I was suggesting. You have an open mind when you come over here. What's the purpose of coming 8,000 miles if you're just going to live the way you lived at home? Eat the same foods you ate at home, experience the same things that you did in your home country. So don't knock it until you try it, man. You know, give this culture a chance. And last and certainly not least, because this is just the 5 most important lessons that I've learned. There's many more lessons I've learned, but family over everything. See, family means everything over here. And it reminds me of when I was growing up. See, this is something I had to relearn too. I come up from a family. We had 6 boys and 3 girls. It was a big family. We were so close. We did everything together. I had a great childhood. But once my mother died, all that went away. You know, the relationships became splintered. I've got sisters and brothers that I don't even talk to nowadays. You know, but just coming over here and watching the strong family bonds, the love, the sacrifices in the Filipino community, it reignited my desire to get back with my family, to get close again with my family. Because I'm gonna tell you, it'll touch you, some of the things you see. You know, now I'm gonna tell you, if you dating a Filipino, married a Filipino, don't come between her and her family, man. You know, stay out of that. You will never really truly understand unless you've actually grown up here and you've walked in their shoes. But the family bonds here are super tight. It's something that I really admire. And it's made me want to get closer again with my family. So there you have it. You know, I just haven't been over here on vacation. I've actually soaked in a lot of the culture, a lot of what's going on around me, and that's what I would suggest you do. Because a lot of times, you know, I was telling my girlfriend the other day, I really don't know who I'm talking to on that other side of this camera. Are you a potential expat? Are you a vacationer? See, too much nitty-gritty, it scares the vacationer. And not enough nitty-gritty insults the expat. So it's a thin line that I walk every day, you know, a balancing act. But I just do my best, man, to try to give you my boots on the ground experiences over here, man. And I hope that it helps you. And as long as it does, I'm going to continue to do it. You know, but I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. But that's just some of the lessons that I've learned, and I wanted to share them with you. So thank you so much for stopping by. I'm going to do an update on Rick and Violet. One of their neighbors came by and informed me that Rick has run off. So I can't go into any detail because I don't know it. I'm gonna do a video on them, check up on them, make sure everything's okay. Do an update on the house. I'm gonna upload that later. And then also my daughter, man, Booby, is sick, man. You know, she doesn't look sick, but she's running a fever. She's got blood in her stool, man. Now remember, I raised 6 children. Booby will be the 7th. I've never seen that, and I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if, you know, when they taking her back, when they're giving her a bath, if she's putting the water, swallowing some of the water. We don't know, but it's really got me nervous, and you know, it's one reason I'm doing the video in here today. I'm just trying to stay close to her. And the next time you see me, I may be vaccinated. You know, thanks to the Filipino government, I'm going to see if I can get this vaccination today. Hopefully, you know, because you got to expect the unexpected. I told Bobby G, my friend in Denver, I said, man, you know, I'm not going to get excited till they actually stick that needle in me. All right. But if you're in America, it's late, and I hope you were able to help somebody before you let your head hit the pillow. But if you on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, you're just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break and you see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. Read in a comment the other day, the guy, you know, he says, oh, I skipped that last spiel at the end. Well, I'm sorry, sir. You're skipping that at your own detriment. In the Philippines, I guess it's about 9:30 a.m. We have our electronic community pantry today. Every Wednesday, we spin the wheel for the Filipino subscribers in San Carlos City. And we give away rice, we give away groceries, you know, because people need our help over here. With this Delta variant, raging now. It's going to be more lockdowns, more people out of work, more businesses closing. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time.